Hey there. A few weeks back, a comment appeared on one of my videos asking me about sources of inspiration. And I thought about this for a few days and a few nights and decided to share a bit more of my story, because to answer that question properly, I need to go back in time and start at the beginning. And so today's video is all about the people and the places that have inspired me. Croeso i'r ardd. Welcome to the garden. One summer, when I was 20 years old, I packed up a rucksack and set off on an adventure. I was looking for a place called Tipi Valley, a hidden eco-village full of original hippies from the 60s and the 70s. For a week and a day, I walked through town and country, across the Brecon Beacons and into the west, until eventually I found it. And it completely changed my life. Here was a whole settlement of people living lightly on the earth in a way that was free-spirited, rooted and wild. There was no electricity, no roads, no plumbing, no paperwork, no cameras. Instead, there were lots of musical gatherings, cooking on open fires, community spirit and a deep connection to nature. I fell in love with the place and the people and ended up living there for 5 years. For me, what I experienced there became my foundation. I learned how to live off-grid, how to grow food, gather firewood, how to fully immerse myself into nature. I learnt that it is totally possible to live lightly on the earth. And the amazing thing is, it's still there, going strong. You won't find much about it in the mainstream media though. Part of its success and longevity comes from living quietly and staying out of the spotlight. For me, Tipi Valley remains an incredibly inspiring place. I'm really grateful to have had the opportunity to live there for a spell. And after 5 years, the spirit of adventure beckoned once again. I was still a young man after all, and so I packed my rucksack and headed off to the Himalayas. I enjoyed my time in the Himalayas. I hung out with the yogis, the Buddhists and the Hare Krishnas. I learned to meditate and to levitate. But eventually my Celtic roots called me home and I settled into another off-grid community, Brithdir Mawr. This place was much more structured than Tipi Valley, more like a community farm than a village. And there I learned traditional land skills, hedge laying, coppicing, stone walling, animal husbandry and working with horses. But there was something else going on there which took me much deeper into connecting with the spirit of the land. You see, there's much more to this world than that which meets the eye. There are many realms that exist alongside ours, and whether we recognise it or not, our lives are intertwined with these other worlds. I built my first straw bale roundhouse in the woods and lived amongst a community dedicated to self-sufficiency. I'm incredibly grateful for my time there. Both the people and the place remain a source of inspiration. And again, it's still there, it is evolving, which is totally natural for community. And there is a mystery school there now, Tir Ysbrydol, for those seekers willing to leave modern technology behind. And eventually, once again, I was called away for a new adventure. Having created a beautiful handcrafted home and a natural lifestyle based on working the land, I met a beautiful woman at Dance Camp Wales, fell head over heels in love and left it all behind to get married and start a family. Hoppy and I were married on a beach by one of the Tipi Valley elders, Rick the Vic. And we moved to one of the chalet communities on the Gower. We bought and rebuilt a dilapidated shack, and I found work as a carpenter. But being so close to the city of Swansea didn't really suit me. I'm a country mouse at heart, and so we set about creating the Lammas Ecovillage, which is where we live now. And that has, in turn, become a source of inspiration. Many of our neighbours here are doing wonderful things. And the same is true of the One Planet development movement in this part of the world. I also think there's a lot of inspiration to be found in the permaculture scene. All of these projects and people share a commitment to reconnect with the landscape in a way that is fulfilling, creative and colourful. And it's no surprise that all this is happening in West Wales, for the indigenous culture here, Pobl yr Hen Iaith, provides an extraordinary model of rootedness. These days, my spirit of adventure manifests in a different way. When you really root down into a piece of land and start to embed yourself into the ecology, then nature itself becomes the primary teacher. Most of what I learn is through observation and interaction. And that is only possible because I've created a lifestyle pattern that enables me to slow down and listen to the plants, listen to the animals, and listen to the wind. You see, when you immerse yourself in the natural world, your edges soften. You become sensitized to your surroundings in a way that simply isn't possible in a town or a city. The more you open up your senses to wild nature, the deeper and richer your lived experience becomes. The natural world surrounding me here has become an endless source of inspiration and wonder. And so, when it comes to sources of inspiration, I think the best thing you can do is immerse yourself into different places and communities. There are eco-villages, off-grid projects and spiritual communities all over the world. Yes, sometimes the access points are hidden. It is with good reason that people choose to stay out of the spotlight. But in my experience, the doors to most places will readily open to genuine seekers. And nothing compares to actually immersing yourself into a different reality. There are lots of amazing people doing fantastic things around the world. Life is for adventure, and adventure starts by stepping out your door. Diolch am wylio. Thank you for watching.